When Jesus was asked by his disciples on the exact day of his second coming, he answered, "No one knows about that day or hour, not even the angels in heaven, not even the Son, but only the Father." Mark 13:32 and also Matthew 24:36. Now, in this verse, Jesus said plainly that at the time he did not know the exact timing of his second coming. But why would Christ say this if he truly was equal with his Father? Please come along with me as I raise this question to the witness.
Welcome, friend. Good to see you again.
Thank you. I'm also happy that we can meet again.
If I got you right, your question was, if Jesus was God, meaning equal to the Father, knowing everything, how would he fail to know the day of his second coming, right?
Yes, you are correct. That is my question today.
Now, the answer to this question is partly found in the book of Philippians, chapter 2, verse 6 and 7. And in this passage, we are told that while being God, Jesus took upon himself humanity, or the nature of a human being. And by so doing, he made himself of no reputation and took upon himself also the form of a servant and was made in the likeness of men. Now, friend, while nobody can claim, and not even me, can claim to be able to answer this question correctly, because we are not God, and we cannot explain God, there are a few things that are very clear in this passage. Now, one, while on earth, Jesus Christ had two natures. He was God and he was also man.
At the same time?
Yes. Hence, we get titles in the Bible like Son of God, the Messiah, meaning the Anointed One. But we also get other titles for him, like Son of Man, Son of Adam, Son of David. And these, even the titles, demonstrate that he was both God and man. And the second one is we get from this passage is that by taking up his human nature, Jesus Christ intentionally, and this is important, intentionally but also temporarily laid aside certain elements of his power and authority as God, so that in his nature and capacity as a human being, he could say, "I do not know the day nor the hour of my second coming." But later, after his ascension, when he was now seated at the right hand of God, reigning with the Father, the Bible proves that he knew actually his day of return, because we read from Revelation. He tells this to to John in Revelation chapter 22, verses 12 through 13. "Behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according to his work. I am all Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last." Now he is saying, I am coming quickly, because he already knows the time he is coming. Now, did that help?
Okay, but maybe I just ask if we have other biblical proofs to show that Jesus was all-knowing, because it's a bit, I can't get it clear.
Of course, there are quite a number of them, and I'll give you just a few, not everything. One, Jesus knew that after death he was going to resurrect on the third day.
He knew.
Yeah. It's very easy for one to say, "I will die." Of course, I can also say that. But he knew that he was going to die, but once that is done, he was going to be alive on the third day. And he said it to his disciples. And we can read, for example, from John 2:19, when Jesus said to them, destroy this temple, meaning this body, and I will raise it again in 3 days. He was talking about his resurrection. Jesus also knew that he was going to be betrayed, and even knew the one who was going to betray him. And we read this from Mark 14:18, where he says, it is said, while they were reclining at the table eating, he said, I tell you the truth, one of you will betray me, one who is eating with me. And it is actually said in Luke 22:48, Judas, are you betraying the Son of Man with a kiss? Now this is when Judas comes and he's pretending to be, oh, my friend, and he comes wanting to impress Jesus. And Jesus says, are you going to betray me with a kiss? He knew everything that Judas was going to do to him. Again, we also see that Jesus knew about his resurrection beforehand. In Mark 14:28, Jesus is saying, but after I have risen, I will go ahead of you into Galilee, or to Galilee. So you can meet me there. He tells his disciples. He even tells them where they will meet him. He knew everything. Jesus knew that he also had power and over death because he was the creator. John 11:11, Jesus says this to his disciples, our brother Lazarus has fallen asleep, meaning he is dead, but I am going to wake him up. Nobody had told Jesus that Lazarus had died. The information they had received before this was that he was sick. But now he says, our brother is dead, but I am going there. No, he's not even saying, I am going to try to do something. He says, pray for him. No, pray for him. No. He says, I am going there to raise him up, to bring him back to life. Why? He knew he was going to do it. He knew he had the power to do it. So we can also have another example. For example, Jesus knew that Peter would deny him. He said this earlier to Peter when Peter was bragging around also before the other disciple says, I will die for you. Jesus said, wait a bit. He says, will you really lay down your life for me? I tell you the truth, before the rooster crows, you will disown me 3 times. And it happened. And after the 3rd time, the rooster crowed. So Jesus knew his disciples would run away also.
From him.
Yeah.
Bad times would come.
Yes. And he warned them. In John 16:32, he says, but a time is coming and has come when you will be scattered, each to his own home. You will leave me alone, yet I am not alone, for my Father is with me. It happened. As soon as those who came to arrest him came around and they arrested Jesus, all the disciples disappeared into the dark. It is even said, those who followed him did not follow closely. They followed from a distance. And some are like Peter, who said, I don't even know you. So from these few examples and many others in the scriptures, there's enough evidence in the Bible to prove beyond doubt that Jesus is God, since he knew everything and nothing could be hidden from him. Only that he willfully chose, and this is important, he willfully chose not to always display his divine nature, his divine attributes, his power. So that at times he would say, I don't know. At times you would be tired. At times you would be like asleep. God doesn't go to sleep, but these were his human attributes. And at times, like he said, he would say, for example, I don't know. And he would expect others to tell him. This is in his capacity as a human being. But as God, he knows everything. The past, the present, the future. We can neither hide anything from him nor hide ourselves from him. The reason he qualifies to be our judge.
I think it's quite interesting to hear that Jesus, with his human body, can know everything, be everywhere. These are some of the things that have been really challenging me.
Yeah, only that at this time he chose to sort of play low.
Yeah.
Like I am God, but
Yeah.
I now play as a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was, and he still is, the one who knows everything. He knows everything. Yes.
Thank you. I am happy that we are continuing to engage one another, and many things I'm getting as we continue talking.
You're most welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.